Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zara Bizak, to help as far as I can the Muslims to leave. I hope you will cooperate. My health is deteriorating. I'm not using this as whatever the people say, but yes, I would like cooperation. My mother, we were understanding hearts. We don't give people challenges and not like that. We like to learn uh, the truth and not create obstacles in the way of the truth. So, like Christ Regine coming here many times out of topic, um, telling me to join Sam Shaman and all this, or a Muslim coming here before even I've kind of started showing the problem in the Quran ayat, saying that where is the problem? Yes, why last night in my previous live stream. I feel there are some, they've planned, like, they don't even want Christians to help me, the true Christians. Or sometimes they make me suspicious against my Arabs, but I keep telling myself, no, no. Later on in my this thing, so I'm wondering who my enemy could be, because definitely they're not Arabs. Uh, Definitely not. Now I know what they're. Some people in Canada, elsewhere around the world, could be from a person I've known since childhood, and their mother, especially your mother. So, kind of, what this is, and they're in Canada, and now they're acting like Christians and blaming, gaslighting me on their channel that we don't believe in your fake. I don't believe like narc lights, from narc to lightstead. So this, it's unbelievable how the Christians, I suspect, Sozo and Christ regime. So of course they're going to try and take revenge like this. Please, this is a question of a person's life every day. It's really aziyat here. I can't even do from the American lady exercises of only 6, 8 minutes like that, 6, 7 minutes. It stopped. They've stopped me. Felt like there was going to be a brain hemorrhage. I wanted to die. So coming to the polytheistic tendencies of the soul now, after having explained this in detail, please see the title, Polytheistic Tendencies of the Soul. The Quran shows that the soul has polytheistic tendencies because Allah has not given it guidance. If Allah had given it guidance, first of all, here the problem of the soul would have ended if Allah had given it guidance. But in Surah Sajda, ayat 13, Allah says that He has not given guidance to the soul, where then the problem starts. And since we have shaitan also, I thought shaitan was the one whispering into men. But then I realized that even the soul of a human being is corrupted, and even Hazrat Yusuf in this ayat 53 of Surah Yusuf says that I cannot say that I'm blameless. The soul is prone to evil, susceptible, or, it's prone to evil. So the whole problem is the soul. Uh, you see, you should have seen here, and this is an objective to this. Allah should have guided the soul, so that messengers, guidance, then it's very complicated thing happens, and the scriptures and all this. So This is where the this should have finished Islam anyway. Surah Sajda at 13. But I'm going on burning, trying to burn all my bridges. So uh, I'm a little bit agitated, aggravated, just having breakfast tea here. Can't, oh God. So please bear with me. Thank you so much. I really like to, like I would, I'm trying to get, sometimes the Shia, it's still a shock, like Muhammad Ayat had uploaded a video recently. When I know, when I get angry at this prophet, I say things, but every time realizing that how much deception, it's really terrible. Muhammad and Mr. Muhammad Ayat, he has uploaded rape. Makkah was raped by this prophet. I couldn't hear it even, maybe because at this time I was in a terrible condition, worse than before. There are moments when I'm so even though it was for me, like what I'm doing for the ex-Muslims, also helping the Muslims stop, you know, harming or like that, becoming aggressive against ex-Muslims. I could have watched the whole video. Anyways, I shared it on my Facebook because it is for me, for what I do, my work. It helps a lot. And thank you so much. I'm so grateful to that very decent Egyptian man, brother Muhammad Ayad on YouTube. Okay, so first of all, I had this thing of why does God have to send messengers? And I was told all sorts of answers, given all sorts of answers where it didn't really sit in properly with me. I couldn't settle down with those answers. So yes, I do. And when I came, I do disagree with this. You see, here the answer is that Allah should have given guidance to the soul, Surah Sajda 13, and He hasn't. So I can't even speak fast because they've got me from the inside. And they're making me slow and lethargic. And so please bear with me and please cooperate here and please stay on the topic. You see, I need a very trustworthy person who has never abused me like Sam Shaman did. Stop barking like a dog, little whore, and all that, right? So I need a trustworthy person to help me. Uh, it's like Parveen Bobby's, if you've read about Parveen Bobby, if you come from India, case, if you've seen her, uh, the latest movie, year 2000, what was happening to me, it's very difficult to deal with, right? Mentally challenged people. Lamhe. I think the movie's name was Lamhe. My brothers and his friends were watching it in Karachi. Sorry, excuse me, in Karachi. So that's, oh God, my heart's sinking when I saw. I was also there trying to watch it was for a little while and it was, my heart was sinking. Oh God. People are already the mentally ill patients are stigmatized. People coming here like Zalmi and all saying psycho. People coming on Facebook, Pakistani or Afghani named Shahnani recently. Very bad, vulgar. You're uh, PC. I can't say it. And you are stinking and this and that. And I really started to feel like have this smell coming here, what he was saying against me. And your voice is like ugly crow. When I started to do my case on Facebook recently, one night, late night. So sometimes I can't even come on YouTube. 2 minutes, 3 minutes like this. No, I go straight to Facebook. It's easier. And then I get their copyrights infringement. So people coming here, it's like out of the topic. This time, Christ Regine was out of topic in my previous live stream. You can see. I think they've got some uh, Muslim, ex-Muslim Christians against me. And sorry, I would never ever speak about anyone. I was the kind of person who would give izzat, honor to women, girls. I was a Hashmi volunteer also. Whatever happened to me, I would never, never wish it to happen to anyone's daughter, sister, anyone individually, a girl, a boy. So this. Okay, now I hope it's clear. I had to bring this in detail. Now back to the topic here. And I wanted to put my case also, but there's not enough for the title, 100 letters in this title. So it's very serious, my case. Please understand, I want to help out, but they won't let me help out properly. They're really getting me here. Okay? If I get angry or start abusing or my tone, please don't uh, gas. Please see that it's my condition mitigating circumstances we would use in a murder case, even. So, because of my circumstances, condition, it happens this way. Otherwise, I would love to help like, I'd love to be like Mother Teresa of Calcutta, Sister Gertrude of Darussalam, those kind of Christians. Okay, now back here. So, first of all, I don't agree with this because the question had popped up when I was a Shia. Could there be something else, some other way than Karbala and all this, than my religion? Why only one messenger? And then this Quran is in Arabic, many, many such things like God has chosen Arabic. So, as it is, the Arab religious scholars could not, it took a long time for them to go through these Quran ayats and try to understand them and all this. Many, many problems. One problem was that I asked God, why would you send a messenger, a prophet, one prophet at a time, and not guide people? Like I couldn't find out what I couldn't say until I found this verse. I've read the Quran, whole Quran, and all this, but this time when I gaur karke, I found this. Oh, I was like, oh my God, I must have read this ayat many times, or how many times I don't know. In the previous, when I was a Shia, I had the Quran in my on my bed, side bed table or drawer. So Allah has not given guidance to the soul. Here, the problem could have been solved of the soul if Allah had given guidance to the soul. So this is a very unjust thing to do, and I've done some. I've done a live stream on this because I've given the whole, here I haven't given the whole ayat, just the ayat, the surah number and ayat, right? So I had the, but my word will come true. And then I showed that the word he's given to shaitan to mislead people, illa mukhlisin, shaitan says, except for your chosen ones. So this is step by step helping Muslims to leave now. If you care to come here and cooperate, this unguided soul, not only shaitan, but the unguided soul, then creates problems for itself and humans. Quran ayat reveal the soul of man is prone to evil. unless Allah have mercy on it. Surah Yusuf, Ayat 53. Prophet Yusuf says this for his own soul, unless Allah have mercy on it, right? Problem. So the soul is now creating problems. Soul suggesting evil to worship other than Allah, i.e., His creation. Surah Taha, Ayat 96, Samiri, and worshipping other than Allah, i.e., His creation, thus wronging itself. Surah 27, Ayat 44, Queen Sheba wronging her soul for her soul wronging, or, sorry, or her soul wronging her, right? Also, this Queen Sheba wronging her soul. No, this Queen Sheba's soul wronging her. I think so. Surah Namalite 44. Solomon showed Queen Sheba that all is an illusion. So sun is not an illusion. Sun, we are told in Surah Fusilat ayat that it is a sign of Allah. So sun is a creation or sign of Allah, and we'll see that the Quran says it's a sign of Allah. She has been worshipping, but she should submit herself to Allah and worship Him. So the will thing also comes in. That you the will, as I showed you step by step, that it is limited, and unless either it will operate if it doesn't have unless it has it's educated or getting information from here, knowledge, it will operate on ignorance. So this, the Muslims so far would say we are, yeah, this is great to like hear about what I was saying on my in my previous live streams. So far, it's right. What's wrong in all this? So I had to show you what's wrong in all this. Surah 53, Ayat 23, these idols are mere names that you and your forefathers have made up. Practice Allah has never authorized. They follow nothing but inherited assumptions, and whatever their souls desire, although true guidance has already come to them from their Lord, but from in scriptures and through the messenger, right? Through messengers. So this problem has not been solved. Had the soul been guided by Allah, against Surah, I'm against Surah Sajda ayat 13. So again, the soul's desire. So you're shown in the Quran that every time the polytheists do something, worship or worshipping the creation of God, it's their souls. They're going through their souls, which is limited, which is prone to evil, which only worships, which is ignorant. Also, this. So it starts to worship idols and things like that. The creation of God, so far, so good for the Muslims, but I'm showing you what kind of a deception you have been in and how you have been deceived in this. Because one prophet, Surah Yusuf ayats again, say that, something else. It's a striking similarity to what the polytheists practice. So, in conclusion, these Quran ayats state that the soul induces you to worship Allah's creation. So, don't listen to the soul and fight against the soul with your will. In some Quran ayats, but in another, Allah should have mercy on you, Surah Yusuf ayat 53, and follow Allah's guidance. Taking this sole problem of having polytheistic tendencies given in the Quran ayats, we see a prophet like Hazrat Yaqub being personified as the son prostrating to his son Yusuf, a striking similarity with polytheistic tendencies of the soul is brought about and shown here. Those sent to guide mankind also worshipping other than Allah, prostrating, like those chosen ones, these messengers uh, sent to guide mankind, where Allah says, it's my guidance. In Surah Anam, I think, Number I've forgotten of the ayat. So those sent by God to guide mankind also worshipping other than Allah, because it has prostration in Surah Yusuf, ayat 100, Hazrat Yaqub, his stepmother according to the Sunni tafsirs, his aunt according to the Shia tafsir of this ayat, Surah 12, ayat 100, prostrated to Hazrat Yusuf. And the 11 brothers also prostrated. But the Quran ayat says the parents prostrated to him, right? Surah Yusuf ayat 100 says, parents prostrated, and let me see, 11, the tafsir say that the 11 brothers, footnote in Quran.com, Sunni footnote, Ahl Sunnah, that the 11 brothers were the 11 stars. I think they must be planets, and they prostrated. But I'm not. I'm guessing that. Yeah. Just let's just stick to what the for this what the footnotes say, that they were stars. So it's all personified, and you know when you personify something, the moon is a stepmother of Yusuf. The sun is Hazrat Yaqub. Personified. It's so you're saying the soul is though limited. In Surah Fusilat, it says your Allah, sorry, your but there is a lot of, but there is a total contradiction taking this Quran ayat against the above Quran ayats, right? Even the Surah Yusuf, the 100. And Surah Fusilat ayat also, taking the Surah Fusilat ayat, there's a contradiction about this. For Surah Yusuf ayat, sorry, 100, right? Sorry, so I hope I got it. Just have to, please give me a minute here, a moment. So there is a total contradiction taking this Quran ayat against the above Quran ayat. Yes. So here also, Surah Yusuf ayat 100, above ayat, and below ayat, Surah Fusilat ayat 37, 41 chapter of the Quran. Surah of the Quran. And of its signs are the night and the day and the sun and the moon. Do not prostrate yourselves before the sun, nor before the moon, but prostrate yourself before Allah who created them. If it is Him that you serve or worship, right? So this, if the Sunnis say that, and even the Shia said, no, I can't say this was abrogated. What the Shia says, there are two kinds of sajda. You can go to Surah Baqarah ayats, and under this, you can go to multilingual Quran and try to figure, see what the Shias are saying about this. You can do one sajda to honor a person, but even what the Shias say that there are two sajdas, it goes against Surah Fusilat 37. Because here it says, because Allah who created them, the point emphasis is. So it gives you that it implies, it tells you that you're not supposed to worship anyone whom Allah created. And sajda is a form of worship, ibadah, right? So don't worship them. I brought this ayat here, not the others, because but I've done detailed thing on this too. But I had to bring the ayat here for you to see. Prostration is a form of sajda. No, oh, sorry. Prostration is a form of worship, right? Serve or worship. If it is Him that you serve or you worship, it means ibadah, right? So, how come in Surah Yusuf, ayat 100, Yusuf's parents were bowed to Yusuf? She has tried to say that, but whatever they try to say, Allah here is saying, no way can you bow to anyone Because when he puts this created thing, like Allah who created them, then it's universal, no abrogation, anything, no Sunni side. Then you can't, this means it's telling you it's eternal also. Like Allah, being the creator, wouldn't want you to worship anything that is created because it is unjust and it's temporary. And he's the one, he says he's the creator here, especially in this ayat. It's a general ayat because he says he's the creator. Now, any man, woman, messenger, prophet, you cannot prostrate to, whether honoring them or the angels were somehow, I couldn't get that why the angels were asked to bow to Adam. And then Allah saying, no, no, don't bow to anyone here, to you. And then we have even in Surah Yusuf, Ayat 100, parents bowing to Yusuf. And then he's said here in Surah Fusilat Ayat that Allah who created them. So it's implied that even a man who is created, even a messenger, a prophet, where he can't even be taken as Lord with Allah, cannot be prostrated to. So there's a very obvious contradiction between Surah Yusuf, Ayat 100, and Surah Fusilat, Ayat 37. There's contradiction. So I'm showing you how you have been deceived against the polytheists, against about your souls. Oh, these polytheists, they're not that. They always go for the soul's desire and uh, this and that. This also I'm showing you, and where you've been thoroughly, or how you have been deceived about the soul. So the sun. Imagine sun, because Hazrat Yaqub is since Hazrat Yusuf had a dream that the sun and the moon and the 11 stars were prostrating to him, this was the interpretation of his dream coming true in Surah Yusuf Ayat 100, bowing to in its prostration, not jadiya, not kneeling. The sun is prostrating to Hazrat Yusuf. Now, according to Surah Fusilat Ayat 37, you cannot, even though only the sun and the moon are mentioned, you shouldn't bow down to them. But there's a more like, because before Allah who created them, you see, if you take this part of the ayat, then you'll say, no one you can even take as Lord, forget prostrating to, because Allah is the one who created them. So it becomes a more general, it spreads, right? Why? The reason why you should not be prostrating to the sun nor the moon, Allah gives as because Allah created them. They're just objects created. They're controlled by Allah. Willingly or unwillingly, Allah said they submit to Allah's will. The whole of the universe, anything in the whole of the universe. But here, let's try to. I try to explain in detail. I hope I'm not complicating stuff for you. Allah who created them, He uses this reason, which then you can apply to man even and a messenger even. And remember the Lord one. Do not take anyone with Allah as Lord. In the ayat, the ayat, right? So this then becomes a contradiction. Sun prostrating. So they're personified. Hazrat Yaqub is personified as the sun. Yusuf's aunt, or according to Shias, and stepmother, according to the Sunni tafsirs, is personified as the moon. Yusuf's 11 brothers, so Shaitan did hanky panky between them, personified as 11 stars. And you see them all prostrating. So you see how Like Allah has not given guidance to the soul. Oh, Samiri, why would you? It was my soul suggested to me. The calf made a lowing sound. Queen Sheba, come, Suleiman says, do not be haughty towards me. Come to me in submission. To Allah's will, you would say. Muslims as Muslims. In Surah Namal ayat for, other ayats also. Then I haven't given you also in Surah Najm ayats. I just gave you the greatest signs of Allah. But what is the tuba tree, mysterious, splendor, covered in mysteries? And I mean, all these are things created by Allah. And these are where Prophet Muhammad sees greatest signs of Allah, right? I didn't give you in detail all those ayats, but what about manat and all this? I'm not able to explain this properly. So these are signs and higher realms. Even in the highest realm where Prophet Muhammad went, what did he see? A tree shrouded in mysteries. And yet there you're saying, oh, we're not supposed to worship this. If you're going to say that it's Allah saying, what about manat? And is, well, I would say this is the signs of Allah, greatest signs of Allah. They also went up perhaps in the way or in a different way that Prophet Muhammad did by meditating and stretching their souls to the heights of God knows higher realms, or merging with the spirit, the divine spirit, or something like that. So the let's I sorry, that's not it. So what am I? I'm saying that these idols and what Prophet Muhammad saw, and he saw the stately form of Angel Gabriel on the horizon. You're not worshipping them, but come to Surah Yusuf, ayat 100, and you see that it's amazing. They're prostrating the sun, the moon, the 11 stars are prostrating to Hazrat Yusuf, not to Allah who created even Yusuf. And Yusuf says here that even my soul cannot absolve me unless Allah have mercy on me. Surah, remember that ayat, right? Surah Yusuf, ayat 53. In the same surah. So you have no idea how you have been deceived against about the polytheists even and your souls, saying that, oh, they follow their souls. And so it's very limited knowledge. They can only worship something Allah has created. They're dumb, Buddhu, the polytheists, pagan, right? I think the Urdu word Buddhu comes from Bud, Bud, no, maybe Buddhi, the mind. The Sanskrit word Buddhi. So Pakistani Urdu uses it as dumb. What an idiot you are, dumb, Buddhu. Now tell me, isn't Hazrat Yusuf a created being of Allah who can't even help himself, absolve himself of his soul, prone to evil? They are bowing his father, Prophet Yaqub. You cannot imagine. Can you now see how before that you could not imagine that you would be deceived by Prophet Muhammad in this way? And it's Allah that he uses. Now, please, I worked it out after so many years. Now I understand. Thanks to those who have helped and kept me alive. But feel like, what kind of a life is this? To be given in the hands of those who will not be taking care of you. So I call upon the foreigners, my Arabs. Life is very, very brutal. I have people suffering like anything. God knows what will happen to me. I can't even rest. Medication doesn't work. My God, we need a. So thank God sometimes I hear God bless my country so much. Thank you so much for taking care of me, feeding me, putting, and for the facilities, so, for letting me, loving me, and letting me love, letting me be free. I really respect that. Your Highness and Her Highness, I won't name them. I'm so grateful for that. So when that feeling comes, and it, otherwise I would have killed myself many times, tried, attempted. So I'm so grateful that they kept me alive. I keep saying foreigners, sometimes I say United Nations, but I think that my Arabs really, this, the improvement I see, the love I see, the care I see now. It means a lot to me. I cannot say, and may God give you everything, everything more. Like He gave Queen Sheba everything, or Hazrat Suleiman, according to your religion. Still want to keep this religion, but I feel there's a terrible deception. So now I've combed it out. You see, the God of Islam, he has used, wants to tell you that it's their souls who are, you know, terrible. Yet we find out this is not in the Bible, I think, that they prostrated Hazrat Yaqub. How this came about is Prophet Muhammad has messed it up. Otherwise, if you talk to the Jews, but I feel the Jews have, there are some Jews very good with Dr. Pillai, they're cooperating, and that's wonderful to see. Dr. Pillai was using in the beginning, I went to his channel, YouTube, found it. He was collaborating with the Jews, and they're using Shivaya. So Nama Shivaya, and he's taking the Jews thing. So they're all collaborating and cooperating. The Jews who are cooperating with Dr. Pillai, Dr. Bhaskaran Pillai, Babaji, we call him, Jai Babaji. That's like amazing how they've come together to help humanity, help us in trouble. So some elements in India also, I feel like my enemies against, charlatan gurus and all that's showing me all that. And some, like, I was shocked when some atheists, ex-Muslims, their attitude here with me, that they wouldn't reach out. Aren't they humanists for humanity, standing for humanity? But I got a very hard time with them. Haris Sultan and all this, although I really cared for his family, then even he would say, what care? Like this narc lights, not from channel, like you don't care, since it came on you. What Sadhguru said here, I wish I could, I was like looking at his community post on YouTube. Devotion is that, you want the other's well-being more than you want yours, or something, or as much as you want your well-being, or even more than you want your well-being, the other's well-being. That is true devotion. That's the definition Sadhguru has given of devotion. Oh my God, where I failed. I keep failing, keep failing. So the person I really cared for, Harid Sultan at that time, and I wasn't sure whether I should, didn't have the courage to say I'm an ex-Muslim. Uh, so all these questions like now, but these ex-Muslims, when one threatened to kill Haris Sultan and his family, his wife. Harris Sultan was saying his wife is like blind, she can't see and all this, right? So then I put ex-Muslim on my channel, YouTube channel, in protest to the killer who threatened, the one who threatened Harris Sultan to kill him and his family. And then I went against him. So of course, like this is what my enemy wants to show that I'm so a little bit on my case now. Hypocrite. I don't mean that I love you. There's sorries coming here, apologies, but here I can't see who. It leaves me. It's like quicksand, and I was like in quicksand in Karachi. Every any prayer of mine, I say I'm going down. I'm going, dying, 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 not dead. On Facebook, dying, 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 not dead. You won't believe me that I'm dying, dying, dying. It's like I'm in quicksand, dying, 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 but not dying. Like my therapist would say, you're always complaining that you'll fail, fail, fail in your exams, but then you don't fail. So haven't you had enough confidence to see that also, that you don't fail? Oh, I'll fail, Mrs. Hassan. I'll fail, I'll fail. I can't do this, I can't do this. No, no, say you can do this. No, no, I can't. No, no, it's nothing like you can't. Say you don't want to do this. So very strange things are happening to me since Karachi, right? Since they got me very badly at the age of 15, 14 maybe. Okay, but there is a total contradiction taking place. Yeah, the Surah Fusilat, ayat 37, with Surah Yusuf, ayat 100, bowing moon and the sun and the 11 planets. And then Allah saying, here, I'm the creator of this, so don't. So the Sunnis say, we will not bow down to even the messenger, the Prophet Muhammad. So how do they reconcile with this? Surah Yusuf, ayat 100. The sun and the moon, personified as Hazrat Yaqub, his step mother, and the 11 stars, his siblings, personified as the 11 stars, bowing to Hazrat Yusuf. The Shias have tried to reconcile with this. Taking Surah Fusilat Ayat 37 again, please let this sink into you and be sure about this. Before Allah who created them, even though He's mentioning the sun and the moon alone, do not prostrate to them. The reason He's given here is that before them, because Allah who created them. So serve, worship Allah, meaning also many things here. Prostration is worship, form of, you say a form of worship, or you can say worship. Better precisely to say a form of worship. And the one who created them, general. So it's very like anything Allah has created, you cannot worship, you cannot prostrate to. Contradiction, Surah Yusuf, ayat 100. This is what I was trying to tell uh, Dr. Zakir Naik many years back. When I found this when I was in Karachi. When I left Karachi, YouTube, I was using YouTube, and then I said, let me just put the comment here. I don't know if it was Dr. Zakir Naik's channel. I didn't even understand what, like, I thought, okay, this is Dr. Zakir Naik's video. Now I understand that there could be other channels where Dr. Zakir Naik's videos can be uploaded on. So I thought I was directly talking to Dr. Zakir Naik on this channel and on his video. That look, Dr. Zakir Naik, if I may say, the comment was very polite and all this. Okay, that prostration is allowed in Islam to a created being. Even the sun and the moon are prostrating to Hazrat Yusuf. In Surah Yusuf, ayat 100, I gave him one this. Another ayat I gave him of about the Shia thing, that Abraham was a Shia of Noah. In Surah Safat, ayat 83, I think it is, or if I'm not mistaken. If I am, then sorry. But it's 83 number, the thing. I can't remember precisely. Now I'm showing you how you have been deceived, right? So please bear with me. It's very hard to, I'm not a good explainer and shower and all this. But there is a total contradiction. Okay. Now, now after Surah, now you get this? This Quran ayat says, so this is not the only live stream I've done, like my previous live streams. You can see step by step. I've brought you to here with a summary, summarizing it all. And now I hope you understand the title also. From disciplining the soul, that live stream of mine, to the last live stream was problem Quran ayats in the soul again. This Quran ayat says, do not prostrate to the sun or the moon, but to Allah who created them. This means eternal law for all times to prostrate to Allah, which is worshipping only, and not to the created things. Prostration, being a part of worship, should not be done to anyone. This ayat reeks out. Or anything, even though it only mentions the moon and the sun, but already the moon and the sun have mentioned, prostrated to Hazrat Yusuf, personified as his father Yaqub and his stepmother, according to the Sunni tafsir, and according to the Shias, his aunt, Yusuf's aunt, being the sun. Oh, sorry, being the moon, personified as the moon. Oh God, so what a hence contradiction between the ayats. Also, this you see that I've explained. Again, I could be repeat. I'm going to be repeating myself. In other words, in other words, in other words, until you understand that word which clicks with you, that way of mine of explaining and showing. Surah Fusilat ayat 37 and Surah 12 ayat 100. Now, can you blame polytheists for following their souls to worship objects created by Allah or human beings who take them near to Allah? Surah Zumar ayat 3. No, right? So, thus, as I've shown you how you have been deceived by the Quranites, telling you it's the soul that makes you worship other than Allah, apart from Shaitan, telling you to worship other than Allah, your souls, the problem. And the problem could have, this problem also, another point, could have been solved if Allah had guided the soul, which He says He hasn't, doesn't, wouldn't. In Surah Sajda, ayat 13, Allah has not given guidance to the soul. So this also, the poor unguided soul creates problems for itself and humans. Not only shaitan doing it in other ways, but this unguided soul too. So this also, so now I've cleared, come around to the polytheists, to the soul, to the will, showing you even in this there are deceptions in the Quran ayats, all that, right? In this way I've come for this. Taking the soul in this way. Against polytheists, the soul worships created beings, is prone to evil, starts to worship created beings. Like in the case of Samiri and Queen Sheba. Oh, I've done wrong to my soul. No, I've done wrong to myself. My soul has done wrong to me. Okay? So this way I have to come and show you through the soul and all. And how I came, taking Surah Fusilat ayat 37 and Surah Yusuf ayat 100. Please see how you have been deceived. And I hope you see this so that you can help, leave, help others also. Your children, your sisters, your brothers, siblings, all that, to leave this religion, find something better, something else. Thank you so much. I will come again. I will listen to my live stream, see if I've not explained this properly. If you have, if I have, then it's okay. I won't come back. Maybe I'll come back on this some other time. I don't know. Let's see how what I see find or what depends. So thank you. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Always a beautiful, wonderful day. God bless you all.